Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Coffee Shop Soundstage, sponsored by SRS Distribution. My name is Karen Edwards, and we are live at the International Roofing Expo in fabulous Las Vegas. And I am sitting here at the table with Ben from Exit Stage Left
Yes, Ben Hollifield,
Advisors.
Vice
Oh,
President, Business Development of Exit Stage Left Advisors.
okay. I have to ask about the name.
Yeah, absolutely. So the name is really cool. We basically help founders and owners provide a path to exit their business, whether they've got a Gen 2 that can't run it or they don't have a Gen 2. So
Yeah,
we
Gen 2 meaning next
second
generation.
generation, yes,
Okay, yeah,
yes,
because a lot of roofing companies are family businesses, and then they do, often pass on to the next generation. Um,
100%.
yeah, so, but you said whether they have that or not, you're still helping them.
That is correct. A lot of them, all their wealth's tied up in their business. And so if they don't have a Gen 2 to run it when they leave, so we find strategic partners, whether it be family office, private equity, or strategic investors, to come in and invest in that company, give them some cash to de-risk. Maybe they roll some equity in, and then they're able to pull that and reinvest that, for retirement.
So, what's your background? How did you get started in
That's a
this?
great question. My background is in accounting and finance. I have a degree in accounting. Worked for a CPA firm right out of college. Did a lot of grunt work. Didn't like it. I'm more into sales and meeting belly to belly with people,
Yeah.
as they say. Obviously, my accent will tell you that I'm from the South, and we like to do handshakes. So,
Yeah.
I found that my success has always been driven in face to face, working with people and that sort of thing. So,
Yeah. Okay. Excellent. And now, tell me a little bit about. You make it sound so simple. Like we find someone and we put some cash in there, and but there's it's not that simple, right?
it's never simple.
Yeah.
It's always that's the hardest thing that people don't understand is when they go into a business transaction like a mergers and acquisitions deal. 40% of those deals never get across the finish line.
Yeah.
And so that's where Exit Stage Left comes in. And my team, and I mean, we keep everything in house. We have strict NDAs in place. But most importantly, we have a process and we know all the buyers. And we're not going to take you to market unless we're 100% sure that we can get you across the finish line.
Right.
So our goal is to minimize that stress in the process while maximizing your valuation.
The process. How long is the process? How much time are you spending, working and doing what you do?
So the process, first of all, it starts with us gathering a lot of information.
Right.
3 years of financials, basically it's the P&L, the balance sheet, and tax returns. And so we'll go there and we have a proprietary system which we're able to scrape those financials and
Sure.
get to what we call a calculation, an EBITDA calculation,
Right.
which is basically a net profit. Once that calculations, you know, we're able to gather that calculation, then we'll end up going to market with our buyers. That process to get to the calculation is somewhere around 30 to 60 days,
Yeah.
right? And then once we're in market, that could be anywhere from 3 months to another 6 months. It really depends on how the interest that we're able to garner with buyers
Do you have situations where you look at all that financials and you go, oh boy, yeah, they're not ready.
all the time. We are very picky about because we work on success fee only, so we're not charging folks a monthly management fee to
Oh,
manage
okay.
this process. So we only win when our clients win.
Yeah.
So we're only paid a success fee if we get it across the finish line. So we're not going to want to waste their time or our time
Right.
if they're not ready to go to market.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And yeah, because a lot of contractors don't really have that full awareness of, their business financial health.
Right. They're great. They're
Right.
great at building businesses. They're great at running crews and managing production. But what we found out is they're not really good on the books and financials and the accounting. It's really important that they have somebody and an administrative staff that can be working while they're out managing crews and doing what their
What they
core
do.
business is,
Yeah.
that they've got someone in the office that's actually, you know, doing the journal entries and, monitoring the revenue and paying the bills and managing the back office for them.
Right.
So yeah, and a lot of we find out that even if they've got the best back office ever, we actually can go in and recategorize things to help make their books look even better
Yeah.
by just moving around accounts and where to recognize revenue, when not to recognize revenue, and that sort of thing. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a little bit of a really good technique that we have to use.
Okay, so you guys have a booth here out on the show floor. Do
Yep.
you know the booth number?
Yeah, 4934.
4934.
And oh, by the way, we've got a speaking engagement which is at 1:30 today.
Oh,
And that's
okay.
so we would encourage anyone that's here to come by and see. My president, founder, Ted Jenkins will be there. Lee Heisman, who is the CEO and he's also a founder, will be speaking, and we'll be taking Q&A afterwards.
Okay, I'm curious what kind of conversations you're having at your booth. What are contractors asking?
First of all, they want to say, exit stage left. What do you do? How can you help me? Where's the value?
Yeah.
And that's a great question. And then, what I tell them is, hey, listen, here's the value. We closed over $350 million in home services last year, $100 million in roofing. Okay. That doesn't happen by chance.
No.
We typically get about 35 to 38% more by using us
Right.
as an advisor versus if you were to go one-on-one with a private equity, because you don't know what you don't know,
Right.
and you will get skinned
Yeah.
in that
Oh,
process
yeah.
if you don't know what you're looking at.
Right.
So that's why those are the kind of conversations that we're having. Why hire somebody like us?
Yeah.
And we more than double cover our fee
Yeah.
just in increase in enterprise value.
Yeah.
If take a $10 million transaction, for example, if we can add 30% and you're getting 13 million versus 10 million,
That's a big difference.
That's a big number.
Yeah, sure
That's
is.
a big number.
And private equity's out there a lot lately. They've turned their lens onto roofing.
They have,
and we're seeing a lot of this happening in the industry. So
they have. A lot of them jumped in really, really soon and tried to grow those platforms really quick without thinking about some really critical things, made some really critical mistakes.
yeah,
Not integrating all the companies. So you had 10 separate operating companies out
Yeah.
there, and they weren't all on the same platform. Some
Yeah.
were using AccuLink, some were using Job Nimbus, some were using Service Titan.
yeah.
And integration is the key
hmm
for a platform to be successful.
Yeah.
So, we make sure that we take our clients, find out, what systems they're using, what kind of revenue mix are they? Are they 90% residential, 10% commercial? How much is insurance versus retail? And we match them with the buyers that will be the best fit for them. And then at that point in time, it's just about culture, right?
Right.
So
Yeah, culture is important.
very
Wow.
important.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for being here today
Thank you.
and helping educate the industry about what's available for them and how they can make more money on their business.
Absolutely.
I
Thank
love
you
it.
for having us.
Yeah. So,
All right.
show floor booth number what?
4934.
4934. If you can't make it to the International Roofing Expo, that's okay because you're going to see these guys on the coffee shops and sharing a lot of their knowledge and wisdom. So
Absolutely.
it's a
Thank you for
pleasure to
having
meet
us.
you.
Thanks, Karen.
Thank you all for watching. Don't go away because we've got another one queued up and we'll be coming to you soon. See you next time.